Yeah. Well, one of the reasons I wanted to ask is because it seems like, one of the things that happened with Luna and Terra is potentially there were people piling in from Citadel and BlackRock, I think, just helping squeeze it down and push it down. And so just, a couple questions on the Luna situation. You obviously said it's a really big lesson, but you're also obviously a proponent of stable coins. And I know they're really important, especially in developing nations and for people that can't handle the volatility of Bitcoin. So what is the big lesson? What do you want people to know after seeing the situation with Luna play out?
I think the big lesson is that all of these cryptos, other than Bitcoin, are securities. And if they're securities, that means that there are management teams and there are policies. And the question is, what's the reserve backing the coin? And what are the policies backing the coin, right? And so I can't really tell you what the reserves were or are with UST, and I can't tell you what the policies were, right? Because there aren't 200 pages of SEC filings that explain to you that, right? No one in the world knows what the reserves are for Tether. You kind of have a vague idea, but you don't really know. And what are the policies? You don't really know. A little bit more, but you still don't really know what are the reserves of the other stable coins. So the whole point of the regulators like Gary Gensler is their securities. There should be full disclosures. The disclosures require armies of lawyers and accountants, right? They slow things down. You can't go fast and break things when you're dealing with that much money. You have to actually disclose everything. And people ought to know what they're investing in. So if you buy MicroStrategy stock, you can read all of our bond terms. They're published. We publish the terms of the Silvergate loan, the terms of the converts, the terms of the junk bond. You can read them, right? You can read the financial statements of the company. You can read about who governs the company, right? You know who the shareholders of the company are. Every single time any material thing changes, right, via an 8K. That's the way that securities work when you're responsible for large sums of other people's money. I think that the crypto industry is immature. It's going to grow up, right? It needs to. We're crossing the chasm from entrepreneurial driven entities to institutional entities. And one thing that institutions do is they have very sophisticated systems for providing transparency, and they have like 3 attorneys to figure out when you write the sentence saying exactly who does what when, how do you punctuate it, and is there any confusion? If there is some confusion, that's a problem. That's why people obsess over these things, right? And you can see, even when if you make adequate or full disclosures with 1,000 pages of text, people will still get confused either intentionally or unintentionally, right? So if you don't make all those disclosures, then I think what you have is chaos. And I think that's the lesson from this. I think it's time for the industry to grow up. And I think it's time for people to figure out the difference between a security token and a digital property.